Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, one and all, to the PMAOWL Alpha Overwatch League Season number 11, Week number 5, Game number 4. This is that one, Dan Guy, joined tonight in the booth by not one, but two lovely gentlemen of the league. We've got Cardus and Fox McCumulus joining us here tonight on the mics, and the beautiful Steck Monster in the background bringing this stream to you. Gentlemen, how you doing this evening?
Great.
Doing fantastic. Thought I was gonna be casting the whole thing, but turns out like I'll just be your guys's plus one, plus third. I don't know.
My computer works today, so I'm happy.
I mean, see, these are all good things. We get to spend more wonderful time together. We get to have computers that work. We get to come out and cast. I love it. I love it. Well, we got quite a game coming towards us tonight, folks. It's Wear a Mask versus the Shoosh Dudes. WAM, aka Wear a Mask, heading out tonight with the real JLP, Macnar, Mr. Trifecta, McStupidhead, Maximilian, and Taco, going against the starting lineup for the Shoosh Dudes of the names Wolf, Shushifoof, Novius, General Dill, Chris Helms, and Lindamood 626. First map gonna be Li Zhang. Any predictions? Anything that you guys think that we're gonna see real upset or really make the difference here in this map number 1?
Personally, I would love to see an upset. I really want to see Wear a Mask kind of like turn themselves around a bit. I know they've been having a little bit of a rough season thus far, so I would really love to see them perform like extraordinarily well, especially since Shoosh Dudes has really been showing off a bit for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think that we were talking before the stream started, and you can't count out any team that has Shoosh on it.
Sorry, I'm taking care of a little bit of lobby things, folks.
It's okay.
Feel free to chat amongst yourselves, I believe in you.
So I know that Shoosh Dudes has ran a lot of the Orisa Sigma throughout the year. So Names Wolf, is a great main tank player, and General Dill running a lot of Sigma this season. So we'll see if they try to continue to run that. Shoosh was playing a lot of Baptiste. Chris Helms probably on his fabled S tier Brigitte play. So we'll probably see a lot of that. And then Lindamood and Nuvis on their DPS lines.
Yeah, and I think it really just goes to show for Names Wolf and Shushifoof, just like their comfort level on pretty much any of the tanks. And so, as kind of a counterpoint, I'd actually be shocked if I didn't see some Hog Zarya, and at least a Roadhog, at the very least a Roadhog. But I'd be shocked if I didn't see that come out of Shoosh Dudes tonight.
Hog is more or less the name of the game right now.
I mean, Hog is just big DPS.
Absolutely. I mean, and he is the reason why shields feel like they're all paper right now. I mean, Cardus, I know you're a fellow tank player. I mean, if you don't have a Hog, it just feels like you have no frontline pressure, doesn't it?
Yeah, that's exactly what it feels like.
It looks like right now we are going to get one from both sides. McStupidhead for the WAM folks and Novice for the side of the Shoosh Dudes. We'll see who might be the superior Hog Zarya here tonight. We got the double matchup. We are going to see Maximilian on a Lucio, trying to be a little bit of an extra speedy boy. But otherwise, we've got the matchup. Names Wolf going to be on the Names Genji tonight. Shushifoof on the Tracer. Favorites of both of those guys. Some pocket picks there. And the real JLP going to be on the McCree, and Macnar on the Widow. Fox, I know you and I both talked about double sniper being strong right now, it feels like.
Yeah, it's because there aren't as many shields to hide behind. There is a little bit of a caveat, though. The snipers do have to play like snipers. They have to play pretty far away.
Absolutely. We'll see who can execute better right now as the fight descends into the White Room. Shushifoof just zipping around, and they've already got possession of point. Novius does not manage to get the hook into the White Room, but right now the Shoosh Dudes have a little bit of a stronger position here. They've kind of got a flank going on, but both healers are stuck off on the far bridge, but it doesn't look like WAM is quite aware. They're just going to descend on point. Now they should be getting pinched by the heals of the Shoosh Dudes, but it looks like they're just not quite pushing in to capitalize this. It's going to be a long fight. Respawn's already on the side of our blue team here. Both Moiras go down, and now slowly but surely the Shoosh Dudes look like they're going to whittle this into the first fight win. That was kind of hectic. It felt like it could have gone either way given what second you tuned into that one.
Take your medicine.
Yeah, I definitely agree. And I'm interested to see, we have Nameless Wolf and Shoosh. I thought they were going to be on tank, but they're actually running both DPS, like a full dive DPS. We still do have the Hog Zarya, which I was talking about. But yeah, that's a little bit shocking to me.
I mean, both good peel with the Genji and with the Tracer. You got at least high mobility. The Hog Hook lands from Novus and returned as he ends up back in the well. Stupid Head gets booped by General Dill. How did that Zarya get an environmental? Wow, what a shot! This game is wild, folks. We are in for an interesting one here tonight if these kind of antics keep up. We do see the first swap coming. Magnar now over to the Ashe off the Widow. The blade comes through for Names Wolf and finds 2 so far.
3.
That is all it takes there. They're going to go ahead and pop the Nano Blade, and Lindamood gets a big nade off into the enemy team to clean up the kills. Well done, Names Wolf. Well done, Shoosh dudes.
Yeah, this is a scary position, honestly, for where I'm at, because we have both tank ults still online for Shoosh dudes, and both of which are really good at zoning people off the point, which is exactly what they need to do. The grab coming out.
Got the zoning there for sure. It finds a couple, and Novi's gonna go ahead and dump the whole hog into it. This Stupid Head is there to shut it down, and now he's got one to return with. He wanted to get General Dill on the environmental there. He's still got an opportunity maybe on the bridge. No, not quite. But some big displacement there coming from the Roadhog on the way in. JOP doing his best to put some pressure down range, and this should be Shoosh dudes giving it up. General Dill gets taken off the edge, and Novi's no environmental needed, just gets the straight out kill onto the Stupid Head. And now the Shoosh dudes again, they're even when they haven't gotten the fight fully even lost. What? It's been 12% of capture progress and already back on point. The healers are dead though, and the Deadeye comes out.
JLP just really just like, you know what, Hog? You need to be off my point right now.
I love everything about that.
I mean, I do definitely feel like in this meta, Deadeye is a, hey Hog, run away or die, or just hook me and let me be completely useless. Like it's only me one of those. Stupid Head gets another one. He had to repay the favor. He's gotten booped around by that Zarya. Now he's got to repay the environmental here. Onto the bridge, who can he find? No one, and he gets knocked off! Oh, not even! Just a mistake, thought he was closer to the edge.
That feels bad.
Yo, these hogs, these Zaryas are wild tonight.
You're powered up. Get in there.
Oh!
Excellent.
Pop the blade as well, coupled with the nano there, but only the pulse bomb gonna get the kill. Maximilian has beat online to deny the nano blade. This one slowly but surely drifting away from WAM. They've got an opportunity to get pretty high capture progress and a recontest here. Big Stupid Head in the backline finds General Dill, but not quite the target you want. He does hit the sleep. The whole hog comes through, but he's purpled and low. And now Novi's returns the favor onto the bridge. No environmentals available, but that's a firm control for Shoosh.
I was about to say that was a scary sleep from Lindamood, because Hog with that ulti up. I really want to save that sleep for as soon as he pops that.
Especially to leave him just sleeping on 20. It's like, okay, well, we gotta wake him up and kill him anyway.
Right.
Bought him a second and bought them the first fight there. Lijiang map number 1. First round goes in favor of the Shoosh dudes. Cardis, what are you seeing out here? What do you think needs to happen from the side of WAM just to get the? I feel like once they had a secured point, they knew what to do. They were comfortable playing defensively. Their offense just felt like it needed a little more gumption.
Yeah, I think the lack of environmental kills on this, well, I say that they'll probably get about 12. But the lack of probable environmental kills will probably be a little bit safer to
Very
go
true.
as a team.
Very true. The environmental kills here are a little more like forehead slap. Come on, why was I there? Okay, all right, I deserve
It's
it.
a meme. If you get an environmental kill on this point.
I want to see somebody get an environmental kill from server room.
Ahorita regreso.
I don't think it's possible, but I want it to be possible. It's like Star Wars style, kick him off the scaffolding. I'm here for it.
Reinhardt Sombra coming out.
Reinhardt into the Hog Zarya still from the side of Shoosh dudes. Novius already has one pick in this fight. Nameless Wolf is going to get on the board for a second. big purple there. And that's the thing that I've been finding as a Hog player these days. Maybe you can corroborate this, Cardus. I don't know if you've been playing him at all, but just as that frontline presence, if you don't have the Zarya, and Ana just gets to run over you.
Yeah, it's like, you know, that take a breather is such a freaking plus as a Hog player. So yeah, if you get purpled, you're just a big old squishy target.
Absolutely. And a little shout out there to Shoosh managed to catch real JLP and win the Sombra battle. Now you do see he's got the Pulse Bomb online. Tracer lurking in the background. Here it comes. Right now, it's going to end up on the Moira or the Mercy. The hook comes through from Novius. What an opener. And now there's a Tracer lurking in your backline with ultimate. Where will it come down? Reinhardt is fighting the Tracer with the Hog and the Moira and leaving Mercy. And there it is.
Very bad.
Mr. Trifecta is going to want to recall himself.
Oh man, Novi's up here getting the support of that Zarya. Keeps him not very scared of the Hog of McStupidhead. And there you see it. The grenade is actually going to get the kill from Lindamood. But even so, it just makes it so much difficult.
Let's go, Taco. You got Shoosh.
You love to see it. You love to see it. The res gets denied. Maximilian unable to get that off. And Novi's hooked back in towards spawn, and he's taking McStupidhead for a ride off the map. Oh man, that is
environmental kill.
That is Hog. That is the Hog difference right there. That was some assertion of dominance by Novius.
100%.
Well tried, McStupidhead. It was a good idea there. Get him in towards the spawn and hopefully rock him away, but not to be what they want here. JLP does definitely have to touch. The tire gets let loose from the name's Wolf, and it'll find two. Should be a quick shutdown. You are still going to see JLP on point, but he doesn't really need to be right now. He's slept off point. Lindamood gets it. Will he wake up in time? Just enough that WAM manages to hit it. Now they've got the EMP available. McStupidhead gets two with the Hog. I was just about to say you want JLP with that EMP available in the team fight, but it's going to end up being worthwhile to keep them on point here for a few seconds longer. Mr. Trifecta and JLP trying to get the most of it here. They do manage to take down Lindamood, but because Novius is alive and with a Moira, it's just going to be too much for WAM without a healer on point, and map 1 goes to Shoosh Dudes.
Yeah, definitely not as close as the first map was going to be. It was looking pretty much even, I'd say. A little bit of a differential from the first map, but that was just a really good showing from Shoosh Dudes. Oh, and this is his nano blade.
That's you that purple. Look at all those purple names.
And look at them all disappear.
there was more than one.
You know, I really think that the thing that might help WAM there is if they're gonna play the Reinhardt, to maybe throw a Zen into the mix. Like, maybe do something just to help him so that, because Ryan's purpose in my mind, when you're running with the Hog, is that you're gonna want him to basically just be mobile cover for the Hog. You know, he's not really like ferrying the team as much as he's ferrying the Hog. When the Hog gets a hook, then you get to swing on him a couple of times, maybe pin him if it's another tank. You know, he helps with the burst damage and the positioning strictly of that other off tank. But if you have like maybe a Zenyatta or something to just make it harder to pressure that front line, make it harder for Hog just to sit there on the other team and just blast your shield down until you're irrelevant. I don't know, but I feel like something needs to be a little bit changed there, or they can just stick with the Hog Zarya, because I really do think, like you said, Cardus, with less environmental kills, WAM fared a much better fight. However, I think just that Ryan Hog didn't quite shake out in their favor.
Yeah, and it definitely feels like attractive to have a Reinhardt on your team, because especially if they're running Hog Zarya, you know, there's no block to the shatter. There's really nothing you can do to prevent it. But at the same time, I feel like it's probably harder for the Reinhardt to get the shatter in of itself, because there isn't like a clumped team on the other side like they would have with like a Ryan Zarya. So you can't just swing at like 3 or 4 people at a time. It's going to be playing a lot more scattered, a lot more behind cover. And so Reinhardt, it's kind of like a give and take there.
Absolutely. And he feels so curious in these times. You know,
these are comments from a DPS player and not a tank player too, by the way. So
well, but I mean that just kind of puts you in a different perspective there for it. I'm all here for it. Cardis, what do you think we're going to see headed into King's Row for map number 2 here tonight?
We'll probably see. Maybe we'll see some more shields in this one, just because there's a place to set up. You know, hopefully, I like to see shield tanks. I think shield tanks are fun, you know, especially the ones that have the hammer. Like that hero's fun to watch. But yeah, I think we'll see a little more of the same on the attacking end. We'll see lots of the Zarya Hog, I think, attacking. But maybe on the defensive end, we'll see some more shields, some Orisa, Sig, you know, things like that.
You know, I actually have not. That's something I have not run into, either in scrims or on ladder, since this patch. Is I haven't seen anybody even trying Orisa Sigma for more than a few seconds, like a push, and then just like they lose and they don't come back for it another time. And I'm curious if part of that is just going to be some persistence of figuring out, okay, this doesn't work as like the super static bunker comp. We have to be more fluid with it, and like maybe it'll be suboptimal but playable. I'm kind of curious, like, if there is any realm where it's possible.
I feel like that's probably like the name of the game for this entire league. Suboptimal but playable.
I mean, but sometimes that's just what works, right? You know, we say this all the time in
100%.
our locker rooms of like, yeah, it's not the meta pick, but it's the pick that you're gonna play better. So play the thing that has the lower skill ceiling, I guess, or like the lower. Fox and I had a whole conversation about this last night. Play the comp that has the lower value, but the higher execution, rather than going for maximum value and like iffy execution from your team.
Yeah, it was a long rant about how the term value is very saturated in this game.
I'm surprised that one never came up in it, because I feel like that's where we ended up. Really, it's just like what as is working. Not, you know, whether it should or not. Don't question it, just get results.
Also, I need to point out that, yes, I see you, Mr. Matt, and you're a genius.
Exactly, dead Gophers. Got it right on the money there. We are going to see the Hog Zarya roll out from the side of Shoosh Dudes yet again, matched by Mr. Trifecta and McStupidhead. No environmental kills yet. I can't wait to see third point. I'm sure it's going to be a time. Right now, we just got a little bit of poke war at the choke happening there. You do see Magnar on the Widow, trying to find names. Wolf put a little pressure on him, but Shoosh gets into the backline, and the assassination onto Magnar early. That's going to be a big loss, and now McStupidhead down. This is about time where the Shoosh Dudes are just going to roll in and start pouring on pressure. Novius does get the hook back on Mr. Trifecta, and I think that's one thing I've seen the most with the meta change, is people not quite being willing to go far enough for picks. It is scary when the other Hog is about, but if you've got the Hog dead, push. Nobody's going to stop you. Novius whiffs on his next attempt for the hook there, so it's in McStupidhead's favor for a second, but a little bit nervous since he got purpled. Shushifu in this backline just causing chaos. Finally gets taken down, but it might cost McStupidhead his life. It'll at least cost Trifecta his projected bubble. And now the purple comes through. And that's the power here, if you can find that timing. Find the break in the bubble cycle. It's going to be massive. Went through a hotel now for WAM. They've got the little 3-man hit squad rolling out. Chris Helms with the kill onto Magnar, and now Taco falls as well. So the 2 down for WAM. JLP trying to take up a little bit of a high sniper position. See if he can get something rocking. Now come the kills for WAM. Slowly but surely, they finally managed to, I think, push in far enough that they got to set up this sort of crossfire, and they got to start letting the Shoosh Dudes get uncomfortable with their own positioning. They weren't able to go aggressive enough to take enough space, but they also gave up some defensive positions there. Well played for WAM.
It's gonna be a pretty good sniper too.
Yeah, gonna be on the long spawn there. Names Wolf taking a long walk back down the highway there. But a little bit of time spent pushing cart for WAM regardless. McStupidhead opting to play around the bookshop here. Novius ever aggressive with the positioning, but there, McStupidhead catches Shushifu out. What happened, Fox? I know you watched it.
I swapped to him pretty much the second he got hooked. He looked like he was just kind of strolling into the middle of the teeth, not quite sure what his plan was. Obviously, it didn't go according to plan.
That first grab.
Yeah, we see both Graviton surges coming out here. Mr. Trifecta going for a little bit of a zoning ult. Maybe he got booted around by something.
So loud in my ear.
The Bob's having a little little measuring contest, so to speak.
Oh wow.
This is a bit of a wild one here, but WAM will take it right now. It's just free card progress for the moment. Shushifu caught in a bit of a scary situation. No recall now, and JLP is on the hunt. Here it comes. Can he secure the kill? It's Maknar, excuse me. Maknar versus Shushifu. He's going to go ahead and escape, but Names Wolf is in the back line. Raining damage with the Ash. He gets a kill on JLP. Coalescence does come down from Taco. McStupidhead needs to go ahead and push on that. That'll get the kill on Emerald. Now Novus with a sick little hook there, but he's gonna be in and staggered out for this last one. He might have wanted to just turn and run. I know he wanted to try to turn the fight, get a cheeky kill, but that one might hurt him this second point.
Yeah, I was gonna say towards the beginning when I saw Shushi still in the tracer and then the double sniper coming out, I thought it was gonna be rough for Wear a Mask running the double sniper with Shushi on that tracer. But here we see Shushi showing up on Widowmaker, but yeah, he was just like, I think he was having a little bit of trouble getting value on tracer. There's that word that I hate, but
you
just
see
because everybody was playing so grouped.
They better not play two grouped right here. I already see McStupidhead is looking for our environmentals. Talked about it earlier. It's a little bit risky right now. He does get the nano, so he's just gonna go ahead and melt down Novi's. Where's the whole hog? Is it ready? 60% away. Can't quite get the environmental, and now he doesn't have it for Bob to pull him away out of the team. So that's going to be a good stall on the card progress. Names Wolf does get one kill with his Bob used there. Now another big value dynamite. McStupidhead still looking for it. Cannot connect. Emerald.
Bob just flew away. He hooked him and then he left. That was wild.
He's got to give up control to hold to Novi's. But the whole hog comes out. It will get the kill on the enemy hog. Trifecta dead to King Pebble in the midst of it all. Maknar trying to get this kill on Emerald. Emerald lived much longer than I expected it to there. Shushifu has the positioning up on top of the high box. Let's see if he can find a kill here. Just patiently waits out the dynamite. Maknar knows he's there and he gets the kill.
Well played.
Well played.
Oh, and another great shot.
McStupidhead almost walks off the edge trying to get an environmental kill. He will get traded out there. Emerald does good.
Great shots from Maknar.
These things are popping off. They got Bob just chilling on cart though, boys. You gotta wake him up and kill him. Gets the kill onto Maknar. Maknar? Maknar.
The evolution.
Yeah.
Slowly but surely, though, WAM is keeping up this progress. Names Wolf onto the Genji again, though. Gonna be able to put some backline pressure on Maximilian. The sights get popped from Maknar. She needs to come down the main from the low ground. He's got a clear sightline to the left spawn. She poops on Doomfist now, so he knows he can shoot relatively for free as long as that grapple's available. But the kill on both heals and now one of the tanks in DPS for the side of WAM should shut down that push. A minute 37 though, and only a couple of meters remain on that thing.
Yeah, we saw Nameless Wolf switch to the Genji for that fight, and now he's already got his blade. I don't know if we had cams on him or not, but he was being oppressive while they were just trying to get out and group up. Just 1 pick, 2 picks, 3 picks, just constantly laying in damage.
See if it can make the difference here. No nano going to be available for him, and it's not going to pull out any defensive ults either. So we'll see what Names Wolf chooses to do with this. It's going to be a dry blade. See JLP back onto the Sombra, going up high ground to Scout. Gets the hack onto Novi's. This is going to be a scary moment for him, but Emerald has that bubble, and it's worth enough to get the duration of the hack whittled down. Stupid head receives the bubble, blends, and the Names Wolf immediately gets shut down. Big plays from McStupidhead on the hog tonight. Needs to sit back high ground though, and that's a 3K for him. The Widowmaker's popping off. Can he find the Sombra shot? Recall out of that one. But big work from Shushifu on this defense. It's just McStupidhead left on point. McStupidhead and Novi is just battling out round and round, but
Oh, he went for it. Oh, he got it. He got it.
He finally gets the environmental. We've got at least one.
Oh, the kick.
Alive. Stupid head. Finally falls. This looks like it's not going to end up in WAM's favor. It's just a little bit too much of a trickle fight. They needed somebody to land the kill on King Pebble. He got to keep sitting in the backline, just getting so much uncontested healing off with Ana that he got to keep his tanks alive. Like, it was 2v2 situations, even 2v1s and things like that. And WAM just weren't able to secure the kills because there was so much healing still coming out from the side of Shoosh.
Yeah, those are some intense fights, let me tell you. And the swaps coming out from both sides is really interesting to watch because there's such a flow between it. So we go from Ashe to Ashe McCree, then we have a Widow duel, and then we have now Hanzo, and then a Genji, then back to Sombra. Like, there's just like such a fluid like DPS lineup that's been like shifting throughout the entire match. It's really interesting to see.
Absolutely. I think that's one of the things that I've noticed with Hog Zarya being one of the more comfortable picks in lineups these days, is that it becomes this like really fast cycle of counterplay, not even in positioning and attack strategy and defense strategy, in just straight out hero picks. Because, you know, if you have the Hog and you don't have a Zarya, okay, now Ana's an issue, okay, you go get a Zarya, alright, now Ana's still an issue, but you get to deny, you know, her nades and things, so you gotta send a dive DPS, okay, you gotta dive DPS, get me a McCree, and it just like, it goes round and round and round in the support and damage categories that, like, we see this stable, you know, people have their own feelings about Hog Zarya right now, but it makes the rest of the team feel really fluid.
Yeah, it's definitely a different kind of Overwatch that I'm used to seeing. I'll give it that much.
Team Deathmatch is the most accurate description I've seen so far. Let's see how round 2 of Team Deathmatch works out here. Shoosh now on the attack. He's going to square up against Maknar on the Widow there, the namesake of the blue team. We'll see who wins it. Both low HP. James Wolf will be the first to fall. JLP finds him with that Ashe shot. That Ashe, though. Now Maknar gets 2, finds the trade on the Ana and the Widowmaker.
I think, like, overall, Maknar has been shining in these Widow duels. He's really good at getting that first pick on the Widow.
Billy, why don't you play like this when you're on our team? He's angry. He's ready for some redemption, Possums. I'll give it live on stream. TBD, GG's. Good win last night.
That was a fun time. It was a little bit of a mess, but it was a good time.
Right now, Shoosh in a little bit of a mess. They had the advantage with the Hog pick. Not sure why they decided to go so slow here, but calm and cautious. They do leave behind their support line. Chris Helms and King Pebble stuck off, but Novius doesn't care. He's gonna get the kill on McStupidhead either way in the far corner. Now, both these teams just playing things really slow, letting their Widowmakers work. Shoosh putting it
there. It is
now for 3K.
Oh, you gonna make it 4? Oh no.
You won't make it 4, but it is enough.
Yeah, there's the little teabag from him. He did get another dink on the Zarya. I feel like it's fair to note.
You made me come up there in team chat. Oh man, Shushifu and Maknar are having a good time here on this fight tonight. James Wolf will get the kill in the next fight there. They do manage to sleep McStupidhead, but kept alive with Coalescence and out of harm's way. Novius in deep and destroyed there. Maximilian gets the nade off quick, not in range of the Zarya's bubble. That was just a little too much for me, bud.
Oh, Maximilian, can't keep peeking that.
Oh, and that's both ultimate holders down for WAM. They lost their Bob and their Nano here. You have the whole Hog, would buy him a bit of time.
What happened?
Widow had sights, and Ariana didn't respect it.
He fell off? Hello? Did anyone see JLP? He fell off.
Hello there.
Hmm?
What?
No.
Am I crazy?
He got shot.
Oh, it said.
I don't know. I just know he died.
Oh, Dynamite. Yeah, that dies.
The self-kill with Dynamite. Feels bad,
I
man.
was like, what is happening? That's all that.
Stupidhead gonna go ahead and pop The whole hog, he gets bubbled through it. Novi's now down. He'll get naded in the process, but big value there from our hog ultimate. He gives Magnar the room to find the kill on the Ana, and that'll be enough.
I cast this forth.
These
Bob
widows
might
are
have been
doing this to
overused.
show too, by the way. It's just back and forth, tug of war.
Absolutely. Yeah, Bob might be wanted back from real JLP, but they do have two relative fight winners there. A good nano should be enough if Magnar or if McStupidhead can pop off. I mean, heck, maybe nano the widow. Let Magnar pop off. We'll see. I don't know. Cars on the PSP, whatever. Figure it out.
I think we are about to see a nano blade here. Yep, we see name's Wolf kind of being followed by King Pebble, ready to go for it.
Absolutely.
Anybody want to do a countdown? We got
3,
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. He's looking.
Now we begin the real
Come
countdown
on!
at 7.
There it is.
First kill's gonna be Magnar. Hopefully they pop the grab in with it. That'll be 3, 4 kills. The names will make it 5 as
There's Chris almost steals the 6.
That'll probably be play of the game, but I would still like to see those 3 headshots that
Oh man.
Shoosh got in a row.
Both Widows tonight have had the 3K, and I'm rooting for them to find a way to make it Pachi. As we see the trade there, Shushifu takes down the counterpart of Magnar. So now the Shoosh dudes have a few seconds of relative peace, knowing that there's not a Widowmaker in the face. You know, Mr. Matt brings up a good point in chat. Why have we never had a PMAOWL All-Stars Widowmaker matchup?
I don't know. I feel like that's been talked about before.
Too much sweat, probably.
No one can hide
feel like now it
from
needs to be a
my
thing.
sight.
Magnar looking for it. He finds it, connects the kill on Shushifu. He gets traded out by Names Wolf quickly, though. Genji in the backline cannot be forgotten about. Oh, mixed stupid. He snatched him out of the grab and just didn't even shoot him. Just let the man fall to his death. We love to see it. Oh man, Hog is such a
Oh my god. That actually, Dan, did you guys hear that on stream?
That
scared me.
Nick and I both just had someone with the largest cojones on the face of the server.
Yeah.
Clearly, by the sound of their muffler past our apartment.
Holy
cow!
Legitimately gave me a jump scare.
I was like, what? Is there about to be like some Kraken rise up out of the pits of King's Row?
They just drive into our apartment. Usually proof. Get the pick on Magnar.
Did they add a sound effect in the game that I didn't know about? Like, what's happening?
Oh, Taco. Oh, that one hurts.
It was actually just Iron Brew fireballing in on ball.
Sushi. Someone needs to contest this. Sushi gets 5 picks now? Trying to get the last couple inches.
The blade and the whole hog should be enough, but they can't get McStupidhead on point. He's just stalling on ball. And
Then the double headshot.
I thought he booped something.
Oh my god.
I got really excited.
These poor support players.
It's just not fun at that point.
What a valiant effort from both sides here, though. Sub
He's
WAM.
gonna get it. Yep.
Names Wolf gonna steal the Pachi. Take the glory for himself. Never mind the fact that I needed 3 ultimates to get this.
Yeah, I was about to mention that. Only 3 of them.
And in no way you disrespect the Names Wolf. A good blade, a well done play by the Shoosh dudes there. But let's be honest, a nano-bladed Genji into a grab versus a Widowmaker single-handedly getting a 3K? Come on. We're gonna have to see who wins our MVP vote tonight. You guys remember, we'll have it coming up here within the next couple of matches. We'll have our straw poll available so you can vote for tonight's match most valuable player. If you think Magnar or Shushi got robbed, keep it in mind. If you think the shenanigans of an environmental killing Zarya and Hogs trolling might be worth more,
I wish I would have seen McStupidhead pull somebody out of a grab just to get the environmental kill. I didn't. I missed it, and I wish I didn't.
It was so funny.
oh, you love to see it. Looks like we're gonna be headed to Anubis for the choice of WAM here. Anubis, one of my favorites. I still think Anubis might be my favorite 2CP.
we might. See,
It is definitely a good one.
Might see the Widows continue, but I wouldn't be surprised if we saw a Junkrat.
Absolutely.
It's
It's really hard to.
very impressive.
It's really hard to convince me that the play is not a Junkrat on Anubis defense.
Yeah.
Anubis attack still very viable, still very good, but you have to almost like do it in the style of setting up a crossfire with a hit scan where like your team pushes through like around the left corner or something, and you let your hit scan just kind of hang back and wait for the fight to break out in side room, and now they've got the crossfire free side shots. You almost have to do that same thing with the Junkrat, except for he needs to stay with the team and then get to just hang back and chill while the front line pushes forward and keeps taking space. So it's a little harder to set up on the attack, but I'll be curious to see if it happens. We've got a couple of swaps here from the Shoosh dudes. General Dill going to come back in on the tank with Novus. Names Wolf and Shushy Foof both going to stick to their DPS slots, and King Pebble going to join Lindamood here. I'll be interested to see what this healing lineup looks like from the side of Shoosh dudes with Lindamood and King Pebble in the game. Both of them, I know, comfortable on the Ana, as we've seen already tonight. I'll be curious if we see Zen, if we see Baptiste, if we see maybe a little bit of Mercy, or what is going to happen here.
I would love to see a Zen, and if Linda could pull out a Zen, I would be very, very happy. I just love Zen as a character. And he doesn't get like...
Oh, I gotta say, I think about Shaka Khan.
I'll say it. He's a super nice person. He's super helpful if you came in with any questions. And he's got a lot of chaotic energy, but it's like chaotic, like towards the positive, kind of towards the middle, kind of just like purely chaotic, but it's usually at least marginally towards the good side.
He's chaotic good with a side of sarcasm.
Yeah, I appreciate that a lot, and like it's super chaotic, but at the same time, you know, you can come to him with pretty much any question, and he's going to give you a heartfelt answer. It might be like peppered with sarcasm and like irony and things like that, but it's going to be like thoughtful and heartfelt, and I really appreciate that about him.
Very genuine. Very genuine.
Round of applause to this community's beloved Shaka Khan. Here we are, back to the match. We're going to be found on Anubis. We got the Shoosh dudes with the first attack of the night here. First time that they have had to launch their offensive before their defense here. We'll see how it works out for them. I know Anubis is one of those maps that I never feel terribly disheartened by. Like, if I get steamrolled all the way through second point, you know, and they still got 4 minutes on the clock, I'm like, okay, I know that you can do it right back. Like, I don't feel like Anubis fits the same thing as like a Horizon Lunar Colony of old, where you could go so many freaking rounds just for a draw. I feel like Anubis typically still has a winner, but I'll be interested to see if it is going to be a long, drawn-out fight between these teams, or if it's going to be a ton of, all right, we ran through 1 and 2. We ran through 1 and 2. All right, you know, again.
Yeah.
Hello.
Say, I think I really like, this is kind of a side note, but personally, I would like this map a lot more if there was like another avenue that like dive and flankers could take off to the, if you're coming from the attacker side, off to the right.
Patience.
I think that'd make it a lot more versatile.
Middle high ground or the high ground?
Yeah.
Looks like we are going to see the Zen here from King Pebble. I like it from the
Heck yeah.
And the name's Wolf on the Genji. King Pebble gets the
pick
first
the Widow.
kill, and it's going to be awesome. You love to see it. That's a wonderful feeling as a Zen. Still rocking out with the Ryan, or with the Hogs, excuse me. I almost said Ryan Zarya. The Hog Zarya for the side of the Shoosh dudes. General Dill opts for a hamster, though. And he'll get taken down fairly quickly. Excuse me, I am backwards. The Shoosh dudes opting for the ball play there. I'm a little bit interested in why General Dill decided that he wanted to have a wrecking ball, but so he's already going to be on his way back over to the Zarya.
Already 75% to trance. I want to point that out, by the way.
Absolutely. Dude, Zen's farms right now. If you don't get pressure into the backline, Zen just gets to farm. And right now, JLP's got a lot of hack targets. If he can manage to catch the Tracer, if he can manage to catch the Hog, the Zarya, or the Zen, all of that is going to be huge.
I just want to point out that I did that same exact stick that Shushu just did last night on an Ana player, and it missed.
Clearly, Arrow's just better than Shushu. Clearly. This is what it comes down to. It's not a Tracer player.
Yeah. It's not my lack of skill or coordination in full spawn. For luck.
I already see the Graviton Surge come out from Mr. Trifecta, but too little, too late. They will go ahead and commit the Transcendence to it. But the way King Pebble already getting another kill and charging the thing right back up. I bet he has a
get back here.
By next fight, he will have another Transcendence. Guaranteed. Or your money back. Comes the EFD. Don't find 3. Shushy Poof does get the Pulse Bomb online, and Names Wolf, as he was in the middle of the ultimate, leaves. Interesting. I've never noticed that. Hacked in Echo form. He gets knocked out of who he copied, and then is okay. Is not still hacked when he returns to Echo. Interesting. Today I learned.
But he does get kicked out of his like ult form?
No, you just become a hacked version of your ult form.
Oh, okay.
Here we go. King Pebble gets another kill, 82% on the Transcendence, pushing in there with General Dill. Names Wolf hopping around through the bottom line, but King Pebble gets taken down. They do manage to trade out Mr. Trifecta, but right now the Shoosh Dudes just not keeping quite enough point presence, but still with 4 minutes. They've got time, honestly. If I'm the Shoosh Dudes, oh no, Viz, that is not what I was about to say. What I was about to say before I was so rudely interrupted by a whole hog that was questionable. Was if they just sit here and don't press Q for another minute, they can just walk into 6 and win. Like 100%. Their only fear right now is an EMP. That's the only thing that can stop them from just walking in and hitting enough ultimates that they're victorious.
And it looks like Shushy's on top of that.
Here we go. 3 online, the Nano, the Transcendence, and the grab. It should be enough. Comes the Nano into the grab. The big nade does come down, but that's all the cooldowns from Maximilian. Nothing to stop the Hog running through the backline right now. Novi's trying to get it done, but Shushifoof and Names Wolf aren't leaving him any bodies to kill. The Pulse Bomb does come out, but not even needed there. The Shoosh Dudes cap it with a little more than 3 minutes on the clock.
Yeah, 306. I'm always gonna be happy about that time bank.
Absolutely. That's definitely the comfortable amount for all right. We can get a couple of good pushes through first. If we get it, we'll still have a little bit of time in the bank to get hopefully 2 pushes on second, or at least 1 comfortable, planned push.
And what's kind of nice about having your first attack go this way is you get to actually start to get into some of the mind games. Maybe not intentional, but say like it takes a couple pushes for like now you're on defense, but it takes a couple pushes for them to get through, and all of a sudden they have 3.5 minutes left to cap the second point. All of a sudden it's a little bit more of an uphill battle, and so you do get to kind of play the mind games there somehow.
Absolutely. And here we go. Shushifoof on the Mei, Names Wolf on the Doomfist. So I can tell you what I'm expecting to see from this sort of DPS lineup is that they're just going to try to rush down a little bit, wall off the Hog, kill him, and then let Names Wolf just go wild in the backline. Look at this. They're going all the way in past the fountain. The entirety of Shoosh Dudes just chilling. Getting all nice and set up. Whoever walks out first is going to get walled and deleted.
5, 4, 3.
Oh god, I'm so nervous. I feel bad already.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A.
Look at how confused they are. Oh no.
And the Maywall, not entirely successful, but they do manage to leave General Dill far enough back in there that no one's
Oh my god. Not a single pick either. They're all still alive.
Oh, Taco tried to fade away the point. You almost got a cheeky tick out.
Almost got a tick.
That'd been legendary.
I mean, that would have been worth I'll give you a team wipe any day for a tick on 2.
Yeah, absolutely.
Look at it
You have
doing
the
it.
immediate Pharah switch.
Maximilian check.
That's a smart play, man. I can't tell you how many times I've seen folks run right into the second trap. That's the exact same. Wolf into the back line. Can he find anything? Does manage to get a bubble on a trifecta. In the process, Magnar secures the kill onto Liquid. Now Names Wolf goes down in a bit too deep. This is the time for WAM to push. Got a couple more kills through. Right now, a little bit of a hog fight. Need to kill Nobies. He's purpled. He's slept. Kill this hog. Finally, there we go. A little bit worried about the Shoosh Foof coming out of cryo freeze there. Decide to delete the May before they opted for it.
Oh,
Unlucky.
It wasn't
We'll chalk that up to unlucky.
I'm gonna guess Names Wolf not gonna stick on the soldier that long.
I love the perspective from the cams. You just see him start twirling.
Oh man, sometimes you just commit and you're like, well, I'm already 10 steps away. I should get out, but it's actually faster for us to die here. Oh, the big hook from Novius finds Magnar. No Widow for you.
We were talking earlier about DPS swaps, and we have JLP with his 3rd swap for this round. And I think, like, the swap makes sense, but at some point you just need to build an ult. Like, when you're playing musical heroes so much, you don't have EMP, you don't have barrage, you don't have, like, it just gets kind of tough.
Honestly, I think what you do right here, if you're JLP and the side of WAM, you have Taco burn his coalescence as soon as you can, and then if you want to play Pharah, like play Pharah. A pharmacy right here would do reasonably well. The Torp Surt's a little difficult. The Discord Orb can make your life a little difficult, but definitely playable. Shoosh will fall to the hook with stupid head, and now an opportunity for WAM to push in, but no! Not able to get in front of his hog, Mr. Trifecta cannot save the day.
JLP has got to get his translocator before he goes in to fight people. It's the 3rd or 4th time I think I've seen him do that.
Trying to get a bit of the mid-fight value, but just sticking it out too long there. Sandra is so hard to get that tempo. You know, like, she's one of the most hair-trigger characters in terms of just timing and ability. You stay for that 1/4 of a second, you build another 5% to EMP. You stay too long, and whoop, you're dead.
Yep, yeah, exactly. And especially like when you've been swapping so much, it's like it's super easy to forget those kind of things. Oh, stupid head.
Wolfhog's down right now. Honestly, a Mercy would make such a big difference here, I think, for either team. To have the res available on your hog, who is such a game changer right now. You know, if your hog dies, you feel like you've already kind of lost the team fight, unless you've got a couple of picks in favor.
I think we're about to see. I'm gonna call it. I think we see Nano, Grav, and Whole Hog, with the Nano going to the Whole Hog. I think that's the play here.
That wouldn't be half bad, and then it still leaves us the EMP as a backup option, but right now everybody getting a little bit low.
Big purple.
Oh, and there goes the last 3 that are left.
And it still gets Pebble. He does get blasted off point, but that's going to be a little bit more stall time. Stops it after the first tick, and now Novius with the Whole Hog gonna shut it down. Now it's time. They're going to have to win this on EMP, possibly EMP tire.
My ultimate is almost ready.
That's gonna be a tough one at this point. They did get trance out, which it's gonna be rough, but
EMP should 100% be a fight win right here. But we'll see if they have enough follow-up to do it and the timing for it. So you already saw JLP back by the left spawn of the Shoosh dudes. He's got an opportunity here if he wants to just go up and just smash Lindamood. There will be a Zarya bubble, but now it should be a little bit free. General Dill doing a good job of keeping the shots close enough. Go for it!
that's looking good.
Get that kill on Lindamood.
Yeah, their Ana got picked so early, and they still were trying to go up there when they got all that pressure from the Ashe.
And I think that's a little bit of what's happening right now is we're seeing WAM try to set up for this big EMP. They know it's what they have to do. And JLP is spending so much time scouting, he's not really causing any like fear into the backline. You know, sometimes you run around, you start to harass the supports, and then that's when you go zip out and then go for the EMP. right now they're just taking a long time to set up on this attack.
Is that a meme, Bob? Is that Bob a meme?
Yeah.
Not sure.
It's either a meme or a fat finger.
Zoning Bob! King Pebble gets taken out again, so no transcendence available. JLP should be coming through with his EMP. He needs to send it. You know, I don't know if he knew.
Big purple.
There's the EMP. It'll find 3 in total.
That's Zark. You gotta delete that Zark.
Zarya survives at 1 HP. General Dill by the skin of his
Over
teeth.
the cat.
They hopped off point for just a second too long, and that is gonna be it.
Score.
Wear a mask. Collects it with time in the bank.
Yeah, that was looking a little dicey for a little bit, but they managed to pull it off with time in the bank.
Initiating match.
Oof, I was a little bit disappointed there. I'm a little bit disappointed in Wear a Mask at that last push. I'm very proud of them. They got it together. They got time in the bank. They still get to have their defense and attack here, but it felt like they got the pieces they needed to win that last fight, and they were so hesitant. They made so sure that it worked, and maybe that was their game plan of screw the time bank. We just need to make sure we get it. You know, that we force this to happen where we get a chance at a win still.
Yeah,
But
I think it comes down to a lot of just apprehension that they had, and just like it feel like it took forever for them to actually group up. Shoosh dudes weren't getting like a lot of stagger picks, but at the same time they just weren't grouped. It took them so long to just get their heads all in one place.
absolutely.
And going to fights, 6v6 versus 5v6. It's a big help. There's like 3 pushes where.
Right.
One. Attackers incoming.
Here we go. 1 minute.
Some sim
On the
strats
clock.
going on.
Shoosh dudes love a good sim, but this time we'll see.
Well, I hope they do, because it's where I'm asking them.
I honestly I did not look at lineups yet, and I was like, I knew sim is gonna be Shoosh dudes, but there it goes right on the point, and with the Reinhardt. This is a good finish for him. Trifecta does go down, Maximilian as well. Unfortunate that this push is gonna get shut down, but it was fast, it was clean, and if you can get the Reinhardt into the back like that, it saves him so much shield.
It would have worked if the Lindamu was pumping damage into him from the back. So he went down real quick.
Lindemann setting far back high ground, giving a real spread to the team of Shoosh dudes. Names Wolf on the Widow, General Dill holding over bridge. He gets the pick on the JLP. And Shoosh Maximilian. Names Wolf gets a second on the Taco.
They got a tick.
No healers. They did get a tick in the process.
No longer drawable.
Big spot there, card toss. A tick in just under half. A tick 43.5 for the side of WAM there, so it is very winnable.
Score.
Very winnable. It is no longer drawable here. I guess it is theoretically drawable. Shoosh dudes, if you
I don't
draw
think
it,
so.
give 5 subs. If you find a way to draw this.
Yeah, you either reach the point where you win or you don't.
I mean, I think it's theoretically possible that you could tap point at the right second to make the contest. And
No, because I
then
think the game would still count it as like you didn't reach the mark.
oh, see, I don't know, because it counts specific percentages the same way the card counts, specific tenths of a meter.
Right. You either get to that specific percentage or you don't.
Right, but
know?
the name of the game isn't to like get to that threshold. It's to break the threshold. So I'm curious if 47.2 would be a win or a draw. Like, would the team that set the mark, is the criteria that they are beaten?
I don't know.
Interesting.
It's going to be extraordinarily hard to test.
Yeah, Jeff, get on this. Chat, let me know. Anyway, we've got Overwatch to talk about. Here it comes, just under 3.5 minutes for the side of the Shoosh dudes. They're going to run a Sombra for a little bit of scouting out front, I suspect. Be a bit surprised if Shushifu stays on the hacker, but I see no reason to not have a comfortable, calm scouting push here. You got all the time in the bank. Shoosh is just gonna hop
Think we done.
right on through to the
Oh,
back.
that's not gonna be a good situation.
And now Names Wolf gets a pick on Maximilian. This is not good. Shoosh Foop is just sitting on point. Literally emoted on point. And now the Shoosh dudes are just gonna clean this up slow and steady. And this is going to be a map win and a match win for the Shoosh dudes here soon enough.
Oh, legs not quite being able to make it.
Well played from the side of WAM here on Anubis. They did make it winnable. But in the end, Shoosh dudes had their number here tonight. The 3-0 in their favor. GG's all around.
Yeah, I think I watched this. This is a really good shot, right there in JLP. And if there's one, I believe there's one more here. Maybe not.
We did get to see. We did get to see Widopachi. We did get to see a Widopachi.
All right, and that's that. Shoosh dudes takes it home.
They do indeed. And now, folks, remember, take a second while we get our interviews rolling here. We've got the week 11, or no, the week 5, season 11, game number 4, match MVP poll coming at you in just a few moments. I'm sure lovely Steck Monster's already got it in the process. Lovely, lovely.
It's gonna be a toss-up.
So I'm curious.
There's a lot of people.
So make sure get your nominations into the chat. I mean, I think we definitely have to throw Maknar and Shishi Foof in here.
Mm-hmm.
I'm curious for the side of our interviews, if we might be interested in pulling McStupidhead and Novi's in for some commentary on the hog play tonight.
I think that would be really, really interesting.
Excellent, excellent. And chat, while we have a nice little discussion here with our resident Roadhogs, make sure you suggest who you would like to see for our straw poll, and go ahead and go get your votes in. It's up in the chat. Steck Monsters already got it ready and waiting. Shushifoof, Maknar, the real JLP, and McStupidhead making it into our vote for tonight. But we've got some Roadhogs in the house tonight. Noviz and McStupidhead. Welcome, gentlemen. GG's all around.
What a weird statement. Saying my name and we got some Roadhogs in the house. What a weird statement.
I mean, you know, sometimes that's just how it goes.
To be fair, we spent the first 20 seconds discussing what do we think. What is he playing? We don't know. Roadhog was not in our list somehow.
Yeah, no. Hey, wait, how long ago did this patch go in?
A week ago.
So it wasn't until a week ago that it would have been Roadhog.
Very true, very true. But gentlemen, it was an absolute ball watching you guys play tonight. There were memes galore. McStupidhead, I believe, was it you that got environmental by Azaria?
Oh my god! I don't know what happened. I felt like that was a perfect play by me, and then I fell off the map, and like, there's not a Lucio. What's going on?
Because I'm pretty sure you pulled somebody into.
Yeah. Oh yeah. No, I pulled. I think that Tom pulled someone, and I pulled him, and then the Zarya got me.
It was wild. It was
what happened in that play.
We really should have kept an environmental counter for the evening, because you guys
should.
I had 5. No, it may have only been 4, because I think I only got 1 on King's Row.
Well, I'm sure that we'll see something of the sort pop up in next week's plays of the week. There's got to be some hog memes making an appearance there. But folks, I'm curious to hear both of you. We saw some different iterations of the Roadhog here tonight. I think the Shoosh dude's almost exclusively stuck with the Hog Zarya. Is that right, Novice?
That's literally all I played tonight.
Right.
In previous weeks, all I played was Lucio. Now this week, all I played was Roadhog.
And you always had your coupling of off tank with the Zarya, wasn't it?
Yeah, pretty much.
Rock the Reinhardt.
I mean, it was just when we did the East Coast special. That's when we had the Reinhardt. But
Right.
But
So
pretty much every other time it was just the Zarya. I can't remember her name.
fair enough. So what goes into that decision to not bring out the Reinhardt when you don't have such a niche little, kind of a, I won't say cheese strat, but a cheeky strat like you have going on?
I'm gonna let everyone on this on a little secret right now. So in this current meta, so we said, yeah, shields are garbage. Let's just put out a lot of damage and just like brawl as much as we can. And also, as despite what my resub says, Roadhog is not bounced at all, and he's not quite where he was in like the original triple tank meta, but he's pretty good right now.
Yeah, he definitely feels like he's in a place to be a very like fight carrying team carrying hero.
Yeah. Just support your Roadhog.
Absolutely. So, McStupidhead, you guys ran a little bit of Rhyme with the Hog. You ran some Zarya Hog. I'm curious, why did Trifecta opt for the Wrecking Ball on Anubis there for a moment?
That was me. And
Oh, it
I'm
was
pretty sure that was to touch point.
No.
I didn't see it then.
No, there was a very beginning, I'm pretty sure, of defense? I think it might have been on defense that there was a Wrecking Ball rolled out, like at the very beginning.
He might have selected it for a second, but he didn't.
I'm gonna
roll
say
out
I have
with
no
it.
recollection of this.
It took
Yeah.
him a minute to get the point, so I don't know for sure. So maybe he did, but
Oh
I
no,
don't
it was
think
General.
that
It
he
was
did.
General Dill rolled out on ball and attack. Thank you so much, General Dill, in the chat for the correction there. So actually, I suppose a question for Novies. What was the thought process there running ball for a minute?
To be honest, I don't even know. We were right at that point. We were in an experimenting mode. We've been saying we want to run a hog and ball torture for a while, so we figure, hey, this guy's playing pretty good on Roadhog. Let's see what our best ball player can do. So
There you go.
just kind of just throw something against everything against the wall and see what sticks.
I see exactly. They're coming in a little bit from General Jill in the chat. Opens up tons of different picks for you use that knockoff if someone's holding that typical sort of ION platform on Anubis. So definitely makes sense. But McStupidhead, how did you guys work around constantly having the Roadhog tonight? Like what did that look like for the side of WAM?
Honestly, I feel like I tried to play with my team as much as possible, but I also was doing my thing.
So basically, if you're playing Roadhog, you don't play with your team plays with you.
Well, no. They were playing a game, and I was coming in when I needed to. It's kind of how I was seeing it. A couple of times we had some bad rotations because we thought that we were together, but like I had turned to look at Shoosh. I saw where he was coming from, so I did not go the way that the rest of the team went, and then the team followed me. But we won the couple of fights that there were those issues. It was really more me being I was trying to peel and I didn't communicate that. I didn't communicate what I saw. The few times that we did have issues, and that it was more of a personal thing. I had to focus a whole lot on just me.
Absolutely.
I feel like this game I haven't focused on me in a while because I've been playing Zarya and like watching the field. But
definitely something to learn from though, and a really good point for all the folks out here playing Hog. That it's a weird feeling to go to this hero that was, off tank. You got to flank, you got to do whatever, and you could still play a pretty nasty flank Hog, but you have the option now of I want to play frontline, I want to play with my team, I want to be there to peel a lot more, and you get a whole lot more reward for being in that playstyle than you used to, say, 10 days ago.
He's in it feels like he's in a weird, not middle ground. Like you remember when Sig came out and he was like, is he an off tank or is he a main tank? He can kind of like do both. Roadhog right now is kind of like he can be a main tank, he can be an off tank, he can be a DPS, he can be a flanker. Like he's just kind of everything right now.
Absolutely. One more question that I have for both of our Hogs here tonight. I'll throw it to McStupidhead first, and then I can go over to you, Novies. But what was it like for you all, especially on King's Row, with the Widow duel going on? What does that change about your playstyle? How do you try to help enable the Widow? What does that do for your team chemistry in that essence?
So for me, I if I knew, I would try to spot check because there's a bit of projectile, and if I wasn't close enough, I might get a pellet that might hit her. So I was spot checking doors every now and then. It didn't really help. It was just a thing that I was doing for me. But the point that we didn't acknowledge, we didn't address it. We lost on point A of when we were on defense. So we didn't do anything there. But once we held again, it was right at the end of streets. What I was doing was playing underneath the Widow. Trying to call her out and like, okay, let's get underneath the walkway. She can't see us as well. And I think that you can see the team kind of moved that way. And we got him off. We got him off point. She dropped down because she couldn't see us and needed to touch point.
Mm. Yeah, absolutely. There's
Kind
only
of like
so
denying
much
her off angles that she needs.
Yeah, it's always it's an interesting feeling right now that you can like, if you can get the space to just kind of rush forward and take away and get within hook range of the Widow. Now it's like, okay, I gotta hide, I gotta chill. I can't peek anymore. I don't get free headshots. What? So Novius, over to you. How did that feel having Shushifoof and Nameswolf at one point? Also, we saw that last play of the game was actually him on the Widow.
That's such a weird thing. Why is our main tank playing Genji and Widow? And why is our main support play Hog? Nothing makes sense anymore. But like I always try to every now and then look up, throw a few right clicks at her. It was mainly Magnar playing Widow, but also there are times where I'm just like, hey guys, feed everything into me so I can just like look in. I can walk in, maybe throw a hook, probably miss it, then walk away, look down, press E, and then everyone's trying to shoot me. While everyone's shooting me, there's really no one protecting or enabling the Widow on the enemy team. So that was kind of the main call. Just don't let me die. If I don't die or if I die towards the end of the fight, that's fine. Just get them focused on me. Don't have them appeal for the Widow.
Gotcha. Yeah, absolutely. Your whole kit is around sort of that self-sustainability. So you have that option to say, oh, I just got a headshot. All right, don't worry about me. I'm gonna go have a vape and sit in this corner for a second, and I'll be fine.
Exactly.
Well, folks, any other questions? Fox McCumios, Cardis, or Novius and McStupid, if you guys have questions for each other, if chat would like to chime in with anything, I'll open the floor up a little bit. That's all I had headed in notes.
I've always been a little bit curious. Still talking about like the whole like Hog Zarya thing. So I think when you're running Hog Zarya, your Roadhog is effectively the main tank. It's like that's like the closest you can get to it. What's going through your head as a Hog player, and what would go through your head as like a Zarya player? Because Novus, you do play more Zarya, right?
Not really. I really only play Lucio.
Oh, never mind. No, maybe as Will said something like that.
I haven't played with the Zarya Hog as Zarya yet.
Okay.
So I don't know that.
I'm just wondering how that like rotation goes and like how the comms. How do you position yourself with the Zarya? Is it kind of like you're positioning as a Reinhardt, or like more like a monkey? I guess I'd be more kind of.
So I feel like tonight our comms were as chaotic as they usually are, but it was okay because we didn't necessarily have to organize as much with as much kill potential. They started talking about this as I was leaving. And we have a problem with not doing enough damage versus the healing that's getting output, and still doing the damage when we shouldn't be because it's just going to give it isn't a good trade-off at that point. Is kind of they started talking about before I joined you guys. Didn't get the rest of it, but that's a thing that we've been working with. And I lost track of the original question.
I mean, I can tell you what I yelled at my Zarya all game. I basically said, wait till nade is down. When nade is down, you can use projected. If I get purple, you use it on me, no questions.
Absolutely.
Okay.
And that's just what it has to be. That's been my biggest commentary throughout the evening. Every time that we saw WAM without a Zarya, it leaves your Hog so much more open to all of his counters, because now a Zen's Discord means, all right, self-heal is gonna only do so much. You're probably gonna get bursted down. an anti-nade is enormous at that point. It really is a game changer for the Hog, I think.
Yeah, yeah,
especially
exactly.
especially with the Discord. Like I didn't take credit. I was like, okay, cool. I'm at full health. I'm not at full health. The Discord really did a lot of work that I didn't account for when I was making decisions.
Zen's interesting to have him back in the rotation here, and it's, like you guys have both said at different points in time. Novi's, all right, I'm not playing Lucio. I guess I'm playing Roadhog.
Yeah,
All right,
no,
I'm not playing Zarya. I guess I'm playing Roadhog. I'm not playing Ryan. I guess I'm playing Widow and Genji. It's a little bit of a wild west scenario going on right now. Although Ash and McCree, they still get their play. Whatever. There's a pun in there somewhere.
yeah,
But
nothing here makes sense.
definitely a learning period in Overwatch again.
Just team deathmatch.
Yeah. So the real answer to your question about Hog is, I don't care what anyone plays because more than half the cast I can kill instantly whenever I want to. So if I
Oof.
do it right.
Woof. Absolutely disgusting. Well played tonight, gentlemen. Thank you, Fox McCumulus. Thank you, Cardos, for joining me here in the booth. Stack Monster on production. Big shout out to him for bringing this one home to you guys. Noviz, congratulations on your win. McStupidhead and WAM. Very well fought tonight. I know it ended up being a 3-0 for the side of the Shoosh dudes, but every map was close. Every fight felt close.
Oh.
It definitely, there were so many seesaw moments where I was like, I really don't know who's going to win this walking forward.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I
no,
remember when we finished the first map. Sorry, when we finished the first map in Control, in my head I'm like, oh, is this where WAM turns it around? Like, you guys played really well today.
Yeah. No. We were also down 3 of our 4 non-gold players. So we were not on our A team. So that's what we did with that. We were really proud of what we did tonight. I was super happy. I'm still pumped. I kind of wanted to play game 4 and 5 for fun.
Literally game 5 for fun.
Well, hey, that's what we strive for here in the Fami Alpha Overwatch League, is that even on a loss, you had a good time and y'all were feeling pumped up. You learned something and you're excited to get back out here next week. So I'm so very glad to hear that. But GG's to all involved. This has been the end of season 11, week number 5. We'll be back at it here next Monday, the 24th, with Spicy Boys versus TBD, Fox McCumulus and co. going up against the Spicy Boys. But we'll be back at it 8:30 Central, 9:30 Eastern next week on Monday. Until then, this has been the PMAOWL Season 11, Week number 5, Game number 4, the 3-0 in favor of Shoosh Dudes. Thank you all for being out here, and go have a lovely rest of your evening. Quick, Tracer had recall available. Mercy rezzed me. The MVP is Stack Matsu. Who's the MVP?
It's impossible to know.
Shushifu
0, okay.
comes out as tonight's MVP. 7 votes to nothing. Comes out on top with the clean sweep.
Nice.
You all saw nothing. This didn't actually happen. Shushi didn't win MVP. Don't let him know.
Oh, thank God. I didn't want to have to face him after he won MVP.
Yeah, don't let it go to his head.
Exactly. This didn't happen.
He lets a lot of things go to his head.
Bye, friends. You're all lovely.
Including his hats.